The wind howled through the dense trees, carrying with it an eerie chill that seemed to seep into every crack and crevice of the small town. Deep within the forest, nestled beside a seemingly peaceful lake, a dark secret festered, one that no one dared speak of. The water, once shimmering with the reflection of the moon, now appeared still, unnatural in its silence. Something lurked beneath the surface, something ancient, something that had been waiting. As night fell over the town, the streets emptied, and the usual hum of life slowed to an unnatural stillness. The only sound were the distant calls of owls, the rustling of leaves, and the faint lapping of the water against the shore. But beneath it all, there was a growing tension, a sense that something was about to unfold, something that no one would be prepared for. It began with a series of strange disappearances. At first, they seemed isolated, almost trivial. People who had wandered off, lost in the woods, or perhaps fallen victim to some kind of accident. But as the weeks passed, the disappearances became more frequent, more unsettling. No bodies were found, no trace of the missing, just an overwhelming silence that hung over the town like a dark cloud. And the whispers began. There were rumors of strange figures seen by the water's edge, of dark shadows moving beneath the surface, too large and too swift to be anything natural. But no one dared to speak too loudly. No one wanted to draw attention to the growing sense of fear that clung to the town like a second skin. Then, the first body was discovered. It was a young woman, her face contorted in an expression of terror, her body floating in the shallows of the lake. As if she'd been dragged there, her skin was pale, almost translucent, as though the life had been drained from her. Her eyes, wide open, stared out toward the horizon, unblinking. There were no signs of struggle, no wounds, just that look of utter horror. The authorities were baffled. There was no explanation, no motive, no one to question. As the days turned into weeks, more bodies were discovered, all found in the same manner, floating in the lake, their eyes wide with fear, their bodies drained of color. No one understood what was happening, but the fear grew, taking hold of everyone. People stopped going near the water. Children were kept inside after dark. Even the bravest souls avoided the forest that surrounded the lake. The once bustling town now felt like a ghost town, with people locking their doors, peering nervously out their windows. But it wasn't just the bodies that unnerved them. It was a sensation that something was watching them, something that knew them, something that had always been there, lurking in the shadows. People spoke of strange dreams, vivid and terrifying dreams, where they were trapped in the woods, being chased by something they couldn't see, something that seemed to move just out of sight, always just behind them. The terror was palpable, as if the very air was thick with dread. And it wasn't just the town that was affected. The surrounding area, too, seemed to be falling under the same spell. Animals began to behave strangely, growing agitated, running in circles, barking at nothing. Birds disappeared. The trees themselves seemed to groan with some unseen weight, as though they too were trying to warn the townspeople. One night, as the town slept, a strange mist rolled in from the lake. It crept along the ground, thick and suffocating, as though the water itself was trying to claim the land. The air grew colder with each passing hour, and people awoke to find the fog had settled in their homes, creeping in through cracks and under doors. The mist was everywhere, and it brought with it an overwhelming sense of dread. It was as though something ancient and malevolent had risen from the depths of the lake, and it was now coming for them. The next morning, the town was eerily quiet. No one ventured outside. No one dared to speak. It was as if everyone was waiting for something, waiting for the inevitable. The first sign came when the sheriff, a man known for his calm demeanor and level-headedness, disappeared. He had been investigating the lake, trying to uncover its secrets, but he had not returned. His office was found empty, his desk a mess of papers and notes about the mysterious events surrounding the lake. Panic began to spread throughout the town. People barricaded themselves in their homes, but no matter how tightly they shut their doors and windows, the sense of being watched never went away. And then the noises started. At first, they were soft, almost imperceptible. A faint scratching at the door, the distant sound of something moving through the trees. But as the days went on, the noises grew louder, more insistent. People heard footsteps outside their homes, doors creaking open in the middle of the night, whispers that seemed to come from the walls themselves. Then came the dreams. Everyone had them. People who had never met spoke of the same terrifying visions. The lake, the dark shape beneath the water, the feeling of being pulled under, the hands that reached out to drag them down. And always, there was a shadow, the one that stood at the edge of the lake, waiting, watching, its eyes gleaming with an ancient hunger. As the weeks wore on, the town fell into complete isolation. The outside world seemed to forget about them, as though they had been erased from existence. And still, the lake remained, silent, still and terrifying. No one knew what force had taken hold of the town. But everyone could feel it, deep in their bones, a presence that would not be denied, a darkness that had awakened after centuries of slumber. And then, one night, the lake claimed the final soul. A young man, desperate to uncover the truth, had ventured out alone, armed with only a flashlight and a camera to document what he believed were the signs of a local conspiracy. He never returned. His camera was found by the shore, its lens cracked, but the footage was still intact. As the townspeople watched the video, they saw him standing on the shore, the flashlight flickering in the darkness. The water was unnaturally still, mist thickening around him. And then there was a sound, a low, rumbling growl from deep beneath the water. The young man's face twisted in terror as he turned to flee, but it was too late. The camera fell to the ground, capturing only the dark ripples spreading out from the water's edge. And then, nothing. The town was abandoned after that. No one dared to return. The lake, once a place of beauty, was now a symbol of terror, a reminder of the dark force that had claimed it as its own. The town itself faded into history, a place no one spoke of, a place forgotten by time. But the lake remained, its still waters hiding the secrets of what had happened there, waiting for the next curious soul to stumble upon its shores. And perhaps, somewhere in the depths of the water, something waits still, something ancient, something hungry, something that knows no mercy.